All right, welcome back to part 2, the actual build out of the absolutely gorgeous T100s. These are all left-handed SM10 68 or 60 08M 54 10S, the 49 all the way to the 5-iron and the T100s, and then the T250. A little bit of a driving iron setup, but we have all our weights and everything ready to go. Our shafts have been sitting here ready and prepped, shafts prepped, weight balanced and swing weighted, ready to go. All right. And that looks like it's a bit uneven. Let's not start off with the bad build. All right, that was a brand new canister we ran out on the very last club of last video, which is cool. All right, we're gonna kind of speed build through this. We got to get these set and cured, so we'll do the 4-iron first. Mix our magic epoxy together. Like I showed you in the woods, there's also collared ferrules with this. Not a lot of weight was needed with these, but it's a little bit heavier shaft, so that in a mid-size ionic grip, the ionic grips are naturally a little bit heavier, so we had to counterbalance that weight and make sure that we maintain the swing weight on the other end of the club. This gentleman swings fairly fast, so we want to make sure that he has all the feeling possible, so he makes good contact with the club. Three dabs will do you. That might be a little heavy. It'll be okay. It'll push itself out. 4-iron shaft, ready to go. I did do spine aligning with this. Not everybody likes the idea of it. Some people just think it's a hoax. I feel like if I'm going to remove a variable and build exactly the same each time, and I'm going to align the spine in the same direction no matter what I do. Even if I'm wrong, it's just a level of consistency that hopefully transpires into a better club build. And that's way too far down there. Come back. Come back. There we go. Oh boy. Put the beads down here. Let's try not to dip the weight in there too much. Get the excess off. Gritty. Oh, look at that, perfect hosel depth. And seeing these are left-handed, we will build with the spine traveling in the direction of the ball. All that is Sharpie on there, so that'll come off. And then we'll turn those ferrules at the end. But that is club 1. Five-iron. I think we got enough. Oh yeah, we got plenty. Do 2 clubs at a time and then switch out epoxy. This is rather rapid cure. But it still holds the long-term cure epoxy properties, meaning that over time, if you heat and cool this, it should retain its hold. I haven't had any failures on 810. I have had some with another brand. So we'll just stick with 810 for consistency. I know exactly how it acts. It's a little, the temperature in here is a little, not erratic, but can be a little crazy sometimes. We get some weird condensation going on, so we got to make sure that we don't ruin the putting green out there. I'm going to try and build these while keeping the plastic on. Doesn't always stay though. Probably knock it off the wedges. Now you're not seeing all the prep process. That would be a much larger video. So just showing you throwing them together. It's nice to see a new set of clubs go together pretty quickly. Prep work itself took about an hour to do in the background here. Not a crazy process, but who wants to watch somebody spinning shafts on a sanding belt? So clean the area. I think we could probably squeeze out 3 if we put enough epoxy down, but I know the grip pressure of the other epoxy just to do 2 clubs, so we'll keep it at that for now. All right, let's get rolling on the next ones. That press should be 2 clubs. More than enough for 2 clubs. Oh yeah. It's not enough for 3. We definitely have plenty for 2. You see, we kind of laid everything out, did all our prep work ahead of time. You're not rushing around to do 1 club at a time. I sit there and make sure I get all my weights and everything in a row. That way, I'm not racing against time with epoxy. This epoxy, if you were using like 24-hour cure epoxy, you'd have about a 30-minute work time. You get about 10 minutes before this is pretty much a rock. I will leave this one off to the side with the extras just to see how long and if the curing process is correct. I've had instances where it still stayed a little gooey. Maybe I didn't mix well enough, and I'll pull those clubs apart, rebuild them. Last thing I want is something flying off when my clubs go out there. And a club build of mine did happen to win the Fort Wayne City tournament this year, which is pretty awesome. Shout out to my boy Justin Hicks. He trusts me to build his clubs. Hopefully we get a lot more wins in the win column, but we're 1-0. So a lot of other PFW folks were in that tournament as well. Absolutely loved going out there and supporting those guys. And Henry got an autograph of my son, so it's pretty cool. Guys are super receptive to hanging out with me and the fam. All right, tip weight in. Normally see the biggest tip weights in like the 6 and the 7 or the 5 and the 6. For this instance, this is the 6. Generally because the shaft length versus the weight of the head is marginally or rather different. So other than that, everything else is pretty small except for the 49, which or 48, which happens to be a little bit on the heavier side or lighter side, which is a little surprising to me. When I order components again next time, I'm going to see if they have a heavier option, because everybody in here tends to lean on the heavy side. The less weight I put in the hosel, the more is behind the ball, and that's where we like to keep it. Clackety clack. Clean as a whistle. Done with number 3. Not really clean as a whistle. These things need to be cleaned up afterwards, but you get the point. On to number 7. I think the epoxy is going to cure too much by the time I get to the 8. I'd really love to. I feel like I got enough epoxy here to do 3 clubs. We'll just bundle that all together after I put this one together. Try and save it as much as we can. I've seen a lot of people build and they have a lot of excess coming out. That also means it might be shooting up the shaft too, or maybe they use shaft blocker. So if they use a shaft blocker and you see a lot coming out, that means at least it's not up the shaft, but you can make the mistake of putting far too much up the shaft and kind of adding even more swing weight. So we don't want to do that. Less in the shaft, the better. If we do have to balance with a little bit of lead tape, the client's okay with it. We're doing a tour build here, so so nice to build with not like the prep process for a new build versus having to pull old heads and put, you know, clean up shafts and stuff like that. Man, this is a treat. Shout out to Titleist. Thank you for the trust in allowing me to build for you. Albeit I know there's a, you know, a tailor-made rug down below. Mutual love for all the club components and clubs that we carry here at Altura. I think we're good. We're going to keep going. Keep an eye on the 8. I think we have enough epoxy here to get that 8 square. All right, so 3 clubs. Feeling good. Clearly have the shakes. Maybe we should drink some water. I'm not nervous being on camera. This isn't my first time, but still don't want to look like an idiot and build a club incorrectly. Looking good. Always goober up the desk. Poor desk. Get our little weighty friend some epoxy. My fingers are all going to be goobered up after this, but this epoxy's low odor, and when you actually do have to take it apart, it doesn't stink real bad. There's some other epoxies out there that I can't stand the smell of. I'm not going to name the company, but really not a fan of what their epoxy smells like. I know that's super minimal, but or being picky, I suppose. Gosh, I got epoxy everywhere. Is this your first time building golf clubs? Kind of. If that ferrule was down too far, which I fear it is, we'll just take it in here real quick. Shout out to poor Seth's 6-iron, RIP. And we might be redoing this one, but see, you can fix anything. Epoxy was still good enough to give it a little extra love, and aligned. Perfecto. We're doing pretty good on time here. I got my father-in-law coming in for a quick club fitting. Excited to fit him into something a little bit more robust. He's almost 80. He still swings like a monster. So we're gonna fit him. We got 5 to go. Definitely want a lot more epoxy for the wedges because those hosels are much deeper. So we will do the next 3 maybe. Gooby blob. One full pump is 3 clubs. I need to remember that for next time. Oh yeah. This one we're gonna make sure we mix real well. I hope my camera angles are okay. Who knows? Tried to use the meta glasses. This is an Insta360 camera. Tried to use the meta glasses. Meta glasses only last for 3 minutes of video. So short form format it would work okay. As we're gonna do this a little bit more of a long form YouTube-ish build, we'll have to see how it goes. Alright. Looks good and mixed. We'll keep it together to keep it from drying out. If you roll anti-clockwise away from the epoxy, you can get your stuff out of there. I'm not just making stuff up at this point. All right, 9 iron, baby. We have, these are KBS 120 stiff shafts. I have them spine lined and they did not come with the stickers already on there, so I'm going to put the stickers on afterwards if the client requests it. He'll be in here in a little bit to practice, so we'll ask him during that. And he'll be able to pick these up tomorrow. I'm going to let these dry overnight. And then his wood's are already downstairs. Super excited to see him hit the GT1 3 Tour. I think it's going to be an absolute monster for him. He might like it more than his driver. To be determined. Alright, we got plenty in there. There's absolute plenty. Don't be out on me. Oh, shaft down. No, don't go down too far. Come on. Perfect. Gary, is that you? If you wanted to warm up in the front room there, I'll be down in just a minute. Yeah, the one closest to the front door there. All right, looking good. It's seated pretty well in the direction of travel. Knock these 2 out, come back for the last 2 wedges. And then once I do the wedges, then I'll be able to bend the other part 2 flat as requested. And then, boy, we'll be able to rip and grip here shortly. Ba-dum-bum. All right, I think that cut out right around the 8 or 9 iron, but so far everything's going really well. I just jammed through those last two because we had that epoxy setting as we talked about, and now we are just going to go and fix up both the 54 and the 60. Got everything ready to go, just need to mix epoxy. Much deeper hosels in the wedges. We checked depth and everything is good to go. The ferrule is also larger in these, and the head weight itself is not significantly, but a couple swing weights heavier, making it so we don't need any tip weights. We already confirmed that, so we're good to go on that. That was extra goopy. See a little muscle memory there, as I thought I knew exactly where everything was. Whoa. Evan, are you lurking behind me? Oh, you are lurking behind me. Yeah, give me just a second.